Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hake empath, and I just like having these little conversations and how I feel about things. I feel pretty good. I'm 46 now. I did a live earlier, but it just didn't feel right, so it didn't make the cut. Never finished processing. Just not gonna put it out there because it didn't feel good. And so here we are. It's been a nice day. It's been a quiet day, pleasant day. I didn't do anything exceptionally special. We had a couple of cupcakes left over from a couple weeks back. 2 little mini cupcakes. I get the little tiny mini ones because I don't like too much sugar. Mom doesn't like too much sugar. So I was like, oh. She's like, you got any candles? No. So I never make wishes. I mean, I used to when I was a little girl, and then they didn't come true, and then so I kind of stopped wishing, and then they kind of came true, and I was like, good enough, and so I just never kept wishing. But I made a wish today, and then Mom asked me what it was, and I can't tell you, it won't come true. And then, have I been telling you my wishes this whole time? Is that why they haven't come true? Dang it, Margie, dang it. So Tucker's gonna start rolling around on his back. They just had dinner. Snort. He's my pig dog. They make my life, man. So I've been sequestered about 3 years now. I haven't been in time, and I think that is kind of poignant that everybody else, or a lot, not everybody else, there's plenty of people, the world is going on just going on just fine. They're, like the hairstyle, it's like the governor of Asbraska, Braska, freaking, closed all the salons and everything until like May 31st or something like that, into May. It's out of hand. And because they're making a world that you might as well just get sick and die, because it ain't worth living in. It really ain't, being all shut up in your house for months and months while, you see politicians and everybody else going on their daily business, Only they get, now they don't go out on the weekends. They just get their beer and stuff delivered to them on the weekends. But it's just, people are going to get sick of it. And the temperatures, what happens... Try driving around in the summer without any air conditioning on. See if you don't start cussing at people. Temperatures get hot. Temperatures are going to start flaring, and not everybody, and less and less people are going to have commodities, because people are getting fired everywhere you look. People are getting fired and laid off and reduced hours, and but then there's still this very small percentage of the population that just gets to go on, and when the mayor, announced all the shut-ins and stuff, and when all these politicians and all these rule makers and lawmakers stand up and tell you that you can't do these, notice that their hair is still colored, their hair is still done, they're still getting the services that they're asking everybody else to go without. It's all a big freaking smoke and mirrors. It's life is what we make it. If anything that I've learned in 46 years, that's what I'm trying to do here, is teach people what I learned, the mistakes from the mistakes that I've made. And a lot of mistakes that I've made was trusting people that weren't trustworthy. Of giving people the benefit of the doubt when they didn't deserve it. And I've done it time and time again, because I know. It's human nature, man. I'm Scorpio moon. I do believe that the moon is in Scorpio now. So this is my comfort zone. So all that, the dark energy, not the dark arts, make no mistake, when I say dark stuff, I'm not talking about dark arts and all that freaking pervy, twisted, nasty stuff. I'm talking shadowy, because some good stuff happens in the shadows. People have to recognize that. It's not all bad, and it's not all good. Nothing is all bad, and nothing is all good. Seeds germinate in the darkness. Babies are consummate in the darkness. Good things happen in darkness. Not all evil comes from darkness. And pretty evil stuff happens in plain daylight with cameras rolling. Ever seen a snuff film? I mean, it's like it's like all these people that have lived, because I used to be so gullible. I used to be so naive and so trustworthy. And I, of all people, did not have reason to be. I should have been on guard, walls up, not talking to anybody based on my history. I'm a contrarian. I'm Heyoka. That's what I do. If people expect me to act in a certain way, I'm probably going to not. So if there's an expectation of my behavior, or I'm going to do that, times 10. If people think they have an idea about me, I am full spectrum. We all are. Okay? Now everybody is having the same experiences. Or having the same experience, and it's coming out in a different way. So some people on the planet, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed for me. I still only go out twice a week. What's changed for me is now I don't get to see my friend at the laundromat because she's not there as much. She just goes in to clean a couple, That's like my world has changed. And it's like what people are going to start realizing is like, when people start making rules with the psychology and the mentality that the people have that are making the rules, they won't stop. That's the thing. That's what egocentric people do. They just keep going and going and going. And they start, well, I like it without all the traffic, so we'll just push it back farther and farther. And it's for their own good. It's always for their own good. No, it's for your own good, and it's a tool of manipulation. And people are going to start getting hot under the collar, and they're going to start saying no, and they're going to go out anyway. Then the police are going to come out, and they're going to go, okay, guys, you got to break it up. And they're like, no. Why? We don't have fevers. We're not, we're healthy. The parks are closed. Why? Because I said so. So it's back to that whole ideology. Might is right. The man, a hierarchy of people being above other people. All of that stuff is dying. It's dying. I picture Uncle Sam. Google Uncle Sam and look at images. Some of his old propaganda posters back in the 50s, 60s, and now as a Iraqi bullcrap veteran, Operation Iraqi bullcrap is what I call it. And looking back in retrospect, it's also a bunch of rich people, yet again, for the advantage of a small percentage of people, of a percentage of the population, benefit a lot. And look how many people get so messed up for it. It happens time and time again. And now people are like, we don't even want to do it anymore, man. We don't want to play your stupid reindeer games anymore. We want to freaking, people like it peaceful. They do. Me, I struggle for just the idea of love for a very long time because I equated it to excitement and like fireworks and all that stuff. And as I got older, I don't like excitement. My system, like physically, the older I get, it's harder for me to I get worked up easy. And I think people like to just, watch it really. And I meditate a lot, but I have fiery energy. I am passion. People construed my anger, and it's frustration. And then I get loud, and they're like, "You're mad." I'm like, "No." Like the girl this morning, the neighbor this morning. I'm like, she's like, "You're yelling." I'm like, "I'm not yelling. I'm speaking loud and clearly so that you can understand that I'm saying, don't let your kids throw sticks in the stream because there's ducks that are having babies down the stream." That's all. I didn't even tell her not to play there. All I said was, third chakra stuff. All I said was, hey, as much as you have the right to play there with all 8 of those kids that you have there in the street, 7, 6, however many there are, I have the right to express my disdain, and that's all I'm doing. And I got a lot of it. they tool around a little bit, and I haven't seen them since, you know. And it's just like, you know, who's supposed to follow the rules? What are the rules? When, you know, and there's so many rules, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that was a rule, and oh, I thought I lived in a free country, and you know, I could do things. Whatever happened to at your own risk? Whatever happened? I mean, all the bad stuff happening. Where were all the people, the population of the people who care when I was a little girl, and all the terrible stuff that happened to me when I was a little girl? You know, and all the crap that I had to go through. When I kept going to the people in the system going, help me, help me. People were like, nah, you know. Or like the bouncer at the freaking, my friends wanted to go out to a bar, and I wanted to tag along to just see what it was like. I don't want to get in any trouble. I ain't looking for nothing. And the freaking bouncer, ultimately what happened is the sheriff ends up showing up, screams at me, talking to me about my first shirt and how and they ultimately had me escorted out into the median into the street, and for talking to the beer girl, because she was going to go to nursing school in California, and I was from there, and I was telling her about my experience growing up in California, and her boyfriend was the bouncer, and had me escorted out into the middle of the street, off the property, for that. You know, it's like all this egomaniacal stuff, you know, and it's low, it's you can't even say, I don't know, it's getting to the point, I don't even like saying it's masculine, feminine, it's just low density. It's all that insecurity, it's all that jealousy, it's all that rage, it's all that inferiority, it's all that low self-esteem. It can't live in a high vibrational planet, so it's squirming, and it's dying, and it's choking, and it's struggling, and it's, you know, and a lot of people are feeling sorry for it, because you don't like to see things suffer, especially the empath. It's what happens. I mean, people have watched me suffer for years. I've been not happy. Trying to be happy, keep telling myself, it doesn't suck, when every fucking day, and I gotta go down into the creek to get water to freaking flush the toilet. It sucks. Then I keep saying, but you're alive, and I'm like, so what? Where's all the joy? Where are all the people? But they're there because they've been out busy, and it's just interesting. It's beautiful how it's all been orchestrated. Because what happens is, what my experience has been when I got to Oregon, and I quickly realized I couldn't go to work anymore and leave my mom, so I'm a caregiver now. You know, career done until I figure out something else. You know, just the whole reason why I went to the Air Force, the whole reason why I lived in Nebraska for 50, just over. Life shifted gears. It stopped. My time clock stopped 3 years ago, and that happened. The relationship she and I have now, because of it, I wouldn't trade for anything. Because I was indifferent toward her for years and years. And I'm not indifferent. I don't have to, when I grow older and I look in the mirror and my face looks like her face, I don't have to hate myself. Because I should have treated her better. And what more people are realizing, having to stay home, more and more people staying home, you get sensitive, man. It's weird. You get more sensitive. You stay home, you're indoors more often, you know, you're doing your own thing. You go outside, it's like brighter, you know? Plus stuff is, they're spraying plenty of stuff in the skies in Oregon. I don't know about the rest of the world, but there's plenty of crap coming out of the back of airplanes in Oregon. So, their business as usual, too. Anyway, you know, it's just like, how much are people gonna buy? And I just have always worked around government and all these high corporations, and they're people think they're a big deal because they tell people they're a big deal. That's it. And it's like the more power that higher ups have, the bigger it's like the smaller little alien that controls the big old wicked thing. Like, what was that? Men in Black? Spring flowers. I got a lilac bush. It's wonderful. It smells right outside my window. And my system is clearing. I'm doing like a I'm watching what I eat, and I'm not drinking milk and doing dairy, and so it's all this mucus is coming out. I feel great though. I feel great for 46. I really do. You know, except for my stupid back, but that's just a given. I feel great. And my train of thought derailed. So because my train of thought derailed, that's when I like to go see. Hi, Amanda. On your live about the... Okay, one of them reached out to my... That's random. That's totally random. This is when I check in on the chat because my train of thought derailed. Yeah, I heard from my dad today, and I haven't heard from him from a very long time. It's that vibe. It's like people that sit in the same frequency. We're all going through the same storyline of what's happening with the astrology of the skies, and it's all playing out with us in our lives, but in different ways. I freaking love it, man. I don't know why people make this stuff up. I was listening to a dude, Matt Kahn, earlier, the Palladians something or other. He did a good talk. I recommend it if anybody has a chance to go do that. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's not easy. I'm fiery, you know. The older I get, and that's what I'm finding out, is that I used to equate love with this excitement and fire and passion, and you know, and all, and what I'm come to find it out, it is for me. It's the quiet, peaceful place, and I can be around all the chaos and stuff like that, and be with. In that vibration, but god damn it, I don't know how to find that vibration because I don't have examples of it. That's my struggle is, because God bless them, as much as my parents tried, they didn't like me. They didn't understand me. They thought I was weird, and being an empath, I could just feel it. It was just always, and you know, my dad's an Aries, and he didn't really try to hide it. Mom's Sagittarius, she was a little bit more like, I love you, I don't understand you. It was just never I love you, it was just I love you, I don't understand you. And so for me, it's love is understanding. And I found it here on my tube, because some people understand. You know, the more and more people understand. I hope that people are coming into their heart. I really do hope they're coming into their heart and getting more sensitive. That's what the world needs, you know, and that's what I believe that they mean when they say the meek shall inherit the earth, is sensitive. It's like, you know, for whatever reason, everybody's going to get more sensitive. You know, it's all frequency. You get more sensitive, and fear, and you're gonna if you're gonna come from a place of fear, we're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be reacting. You know, reacting. It has taken me 46 years to learn, and I don't even know if I'm ever gonna not. You know, there could be a day I could freaking be out someplace and somebody pops off to me, and I freaking punch them in the mouth. You know, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope my meditate state happens. But every time when I get into a situation and I end up exchanging words with somebody, I think, Marge, you have a 0 record. A 0? How many people, except for defending myself and fighting with my brother when like I was younger, you know, and defending myself and fighting with people throughout life, because people just think I'm fun, like I'm some kind of contender, like let's see what this and I'm just like, dude, I'm about love. I freaking hate fighting. But if you want to, let's go. Let's have a little tussle. You know? Just, we could talk about it, but if you really want to like roll around on the ground and like wrestle and fight until people bleed and shit like that. But people don't even do that anymore. Now they'll just freaking pull out a gun and shoot you. Because they don't freaking know about karma. Because they're so zoned out, you know. There's such a low vibrational frequency. And that's what I'd come to find out, is that because of the sensitivity of my system, my Addison's disease, you know, from being, it's people, the doctors, you read different books, it's going to be different things. It's going to be like adrenal fatigue. It's all these different, they have different synonyms and different words for it, but in my mind they're all the same thing. It's your electrical system gets shorted out. And some people get to a point because for one reason or another they just can't take it anymore, and because like when people experience trauma and stuff like that, it's called dissociative. I don't freaking know. They have words for everything. Your spirit comes up out of your body because because there's so much gross crap that happens on this stupid planet because people are chasing sensations, and men like to put things in hole, and people like to dominate and control and do weird shit to kids. And they've always done it, and the power and the rich and the controlling do it, and now more and more people are finding out, but still people are getting paid off, so not enough. But look at all the CEOs stepping down, and it's turnover time, and the truth is coming out. Ain't even worried about it. You know, just because people have denied for years and years. Oh, like me. I was raped when I was like 10, 11 months old. When I was a little girl, I was raped. A baby. It's disgusting, right? Growing up, I can recognize the vibration of a person that would do that to another. They wear the same shoes, wear the same pants. They're all the freaking same. Some vary, some different, you know, switch it up, you know, but they all have codes. It's all, and it's like more, because now we're at a place that it's happened to so many people. There's so many victims that it's speaking out. They're telling the codes, going, this is this, but it's all wrapped up with the politicians and the police and stuff like that. So it's like, oh shit, we're in trouble, you know, and 2020, the year of clear vision. That's all I get carried away, and then we'll just get back to that. But it's kind of wonderful. I'm just rambling. I'm hanging out because it's my birthday. I'm 46. Yep. What else? I was gonna talk about. I talked about soul contracts a little bit the other day. Dolores Cannon. I hope people are finding out about Dolores Cannon and Edgar Casey, and a pretty neat book that I came across a couple years. The Last President, 1899. Check that one out. I don't know. There's a lot of history coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out. People are getting a chance to look into, learn about, you know, Atlantis, Miriam, all the lost technology, stuff like that. And there's a reality for every storyline, so it's whatever you believe in, and it's whatever you're into, man, because the world is a mixed bag. There's something for everyone, you know. I personally am not into the pervy stuff. That's just me. I'm sure I was in incarnations in past. There's a lot of karma related to all that sex stuff. People just toss themselves around, you know, pass themselves around like the 7 tradition basket, and freaking think that, you know, it's okay, and nothing's ever, you know, nothing is gonna, no. Your body is your spiritual vessel, so what you're doing to your body, you're doing to your spirit. You know, and you're adding density, vibration. You know, you feel bad about things, so it weighs down your spirit, and then you feel bad because of the way you act, so then you drink to cover up, to make yourself feel better from how you act, and then you feel worse, and then it's this vicious cycle. But all these people are being made to come within, stay in, and think about what's really important to them, what really matters, you know? Like, if this was a really big deal, to me it's not. To me it's just freaking more people that making the rules, freaking making up more rules to suit themselves, and it's whatever, you know. And it's like people are like, yeah. I think it's really sweet. They're $1,200 checks when the math doesn't even all add up, you know. They're still bailing out the big business, and they're not helping the little guy, and that's, well, that's bad karma. So, what else? Yeah, the duck came. The duck came. You know, that's the thing, is life is so full spectrum. It's so beautiful, and spring is so beautiful, and there's so much good stuff, but nature is so full spectrum that it's so gnarly too, because every time the maverick, the duck, comes back, my heart breaks, because the girl's gone. She's gone. I've kept reading about it, like maybe she's out. Nope, she's gone. They wouldn't be apart this long, so. And a lot of people are having family members that are passing on. A lot of people that are passing on, they, you know, this sickness is a catalyst. Their sicknesses and their a lot of the disease and disease that are killing people already existed, and then this is just the last thing, and they can't take it. It just pushes them over the edge. A lot of it. So, and I've worked in these institutions, in their stats and their projections. It's all reindeer games. It's all guess, and they're not even getting viable data, because they're so far out of touch from the rest of society. Throat chakra. It was like that with the officers and the doctors. I'm just like, these guys are complete assholes. Why do people freaking bend over backwards to coddle them and to... I mean, I remember one doctor, they had a doctor's like gym lounge, you know, and he would go down there and run, and he would freaking just blow his snot rockets against the wall, because someone else will clean it up. Just no regard for... That's ego. That's how people act when they're all ego. They don't care about anyone. Just manners are out. It doesn't matter. Don't you know who I am? You know. And he was a freaking creepy bald dude. I mean, he wasn't even... I mean, radiologist even. Just a radiologist. You look at films. Yeah, this is wrong. That's wrong. You know, and you dictate reports. Yeah. You know, so I've always worked around all these people. Military officers, oh my God. The only difference between military officers and... I can't even use this example anymore, because there's so many homeless people now. You can't even use this example anymore, because I used to use this example. Now it's not even relevant anymore. But to the freaking... I can't, so I'm not gonna. But they're freaking crazy. They're crazy. Like, they're crazy. How they run military bases and stuff. You want to know why you don't have any money and they're taking all the taxes out of your paycheck and everything like that? But the rich don't get taxed at all. There's all these loopholes. Because it's just, all that stuff is dying, dude. It's all freaking, nope. Because every emotion has a vibration, including justice and injustice, and there's been too much lower vibrational crap for too long, and the planet is raising in vibration, so all that lower vibrational behavior literally cannot exist on a higher vibrational planet in the shell of a nut. There, I said it. That's why all of this has happened. Because the crazier are getting crazier and they can't hide it. The narcissists are becoming just freaking disheveled and they can't hide it. Because their whole worlds are falling apart. So that's what's happening. Because low vibe can't win. Nope. It can't. It has for too long. And Mother Earth, she's just like, nope. You guys aren't running the show, man. You guys are along on the ride. We are like fleas on a dog. So we might accelerate, you know, but these earth changes are going to happen anyway, because that's what she does. She's on a time clock. She's on a cycle. And this is her cycle. So it's best to get quiet, meditate, and learn to recognize the Mother Earth is in control. We aren't. And people are quickly finding out that we are not in control. I thought I was in control. Oh, I'll never be without utilities. Are you kidding me? Aha! Frickin' Airman Special Marge. Frickin', you know, worked at biggest companies in the world and IT. Did, you know, and I supported frickin' the people that worked at Google and Facebook and security. I did all this stuff, you know. I'm never gonna be poor. I'm never gonna be without, you know, destiny. That's not going to happen to me. And the universe said, what? Huh? What? You said, come again at me? And I have been humbled. And for that, I'm grateful. And I think I'll leave it on that. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.